everyone, I'm back again, and this time I have a Slimline floating cube card to share with you. So if you've been with me from the start of this little mini series, I shared this size first, which is your 7x7/5x7, because you can have this, you know, multiple ways. You can fold it all kinds of ways, but there's your 5x7 or there's your 7x7. Then you've got your 6x6, and then this is, like I said, the Slimline, but I'm going to also be doing an 8x8 and a 6x8 as well. And then that's a nice selection there. It's very easy, you don't need any specialty dies to make this one, so let's get started. Before I forget, the colours I've used to colour in my image today are these ones here if you want to take a screenshot, and these are the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. That's a lovely image there. So I have used a mix of my supplies. I've used the Santa's face this time, so I've used the wreath from another set, we've had the trees from another set, and then the candy canes from another set. There it is, the snowman. So the snowman and the Santa you'll see featuring. I might end up using all of these across all of the different sizes. Then I have used the Happy Holidays from my Christmas Sentiments. This was from last year. This is from a few years ago, probably about 4 years ago. Sometimes I wish everyone was naughty. I've got that running along the bottom. And then I've just pulled out the presents from this set, the reindeer set. And I've just masked and done a bit of layering there just to create that cute little scene. Okay, so again, if you've been watching the last two videos, you'll know exactly what to do. You'll just be ready for the measurements. So this one, you're not going to be having to cut as many pieces. So some of you might be glad about that, especially if you've done the biggest one. Okay, so you want 4 pieces of 7 by 1 3/4. Along the 7-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2, 3.5, 5, and 6.5. You'll then want 16 pieces of pattern paper, or you might emboss it. It's entirely up to you. This is 1 1/4 by 1 1/2. I've already stacked them all onto that piece, so these are to go on this one here. Just like the 6x6, I didn't do mats and layers because I just find that you're going into a really small size, but for some of you, you might want to. So you would have your mat layer, this size that I've just given you, 1 1/4 by 1 1/2. But then you might want to do 1 by 1 1/4 on top of that to give you your mat and layer. It will be on the screen if you want to write that down. Then for the front and back of the card, I've got 2 pieces of 5 by 4, which is the pink card, and then 2 pieces of 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. One's plain, because that's going to go on the back for me to write my message, and then this is the one that's going to go on the front. And then for the 2 strips of acetate to kind of hold it all together, you'll need 2 pieces that are just under 1 1/2 by 3 3/4, and I've already added a bit of tape towards the top and the bottom there, as long as it's hidden behind the cubes when we get to that bit. Okay, so I've stuck those down, and then you want to make sure you give all those score lines a good fold and burnish, and then you're going to fold the whole thing in half, and you're going to run your glue all down that 1/2 inch tab, and then just fold it in half. Make sure it lines up perfectly, and then you're going to take the plain one and flip it over, and you're going to stick one at the bottom corner, one at the top corner, and then the same on that side. So use a grid or get a ruler, something that you can lay next to it, because you want to make sure you get everything nice and straight. So I'm just going to use this line up here, and you're sticking all of that onto here so it's next to the edge of the card. You don't want to go onto it, because you want to make sure that you can fold, because you may fold it this way to go in the envelope, that can fold back that way as well. Okay. This is a thick cardstock. I would recommend a 220, 230. This is a 270, I think it is, which is still okay because I'm not going to fold mine right back that way. But a lighter weight, I just think it's going to be a little bit easier. Again, just keeping that all nice and straight, and fold it that way as well. You just want to soften all of the folds, okay? So if you just want to do 1/2, like I share in all of the videos, now you can stick this piece on, and you've got a cute little side floating cube card there. Pop your acetate down through the middle, you've got a very sweet card. But the good thing about this is I can now carry on and do a bigger one, so we can do that double version. So again, just repeat that on the opposite side. Now I'm only doing this because this card is thick. I did it on this one if you saw it, but I popped a bit of foam between, because actually there's quite a little like step there, and if I stick that on over time, you're going to probably get a bit of a line coming through. So I'm going to just add some strips of foam tape, which is about the same thickness as that cardstock, This will still go in a normal envelope as well. And then you're going to take this one and you just want to make sure it sits up to the side there, and then just drop that down and it will lie down and line up perfectly with the other side there. Just make sure they can all come up. And then you can see now all the different ways that you can fold this. So I think I'm going to have it that way. So that's the 8x6 slimline. So that's going to look really sweet in the envelope as they take it out. But you could also, if you want to make it smaller, pop it that way round. That would go into a really tiny envelope. You could have it that way, have a really long envelope, or you could bring it around like this as well. But I think the nicest way to see a little bit of the design and the front of the card is that way. So then all that's left to do is your acetate. So just take your backing off, and then if you lay these down, you're going to pop the acetate through both of these and then just bring it right up to the edge of the outer cubes. If you put your finger in the middle, you can kind of push it up and just make sure nothing's hanging out either end, and then just stick that down. And now you'll see how easily that all holds together, and it just makes it nice and strong and stable. And again, just slid it under there, and I'm just bringing it right out, make sure nothing's overhanging, stick that down. And there is the finished card. How adorable. I actually think this might be my favourite size. I think it's super cute. So we've got now slimline, 6x6, 7x7/5x7. So I've got 8x8 left to do, and I'm going to do 6x8 as well. I'm whizzing through these because they're very quick and super easy to make. So I hope you've enjoyed this size from me today. If you are making these fun cards or any of my other ones as well, we do have a Facebook group called Mixed Up Crafters, and that's where you can share all of your cards that you make that follow my tutorials, and it's a lovely community. Let me know what you think of this size in the comments below, and as always, if you've enjoyed today, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, because I enjoy reading them, but it also helps out the channel. If any of these products are still available, they will be linked below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.